Imagine an ant jar. Hundreds of ants going about their day. They work, they build, they live their lives. Everything seems peaceful. But then, the jar is shaken. Suddenly, chaos. Ants collide. They fight for space, for resources. Panic sets in. Before the shaking, the ants coexisted. They were all just ants working together. But the shaking changes things. It introduces fear, scarcity, and uncertainty. The ants, once unified, turn on each other. This is a simple metaphor, but it holds a powerful truth about human society. We often coexist peacefully until something disrupts our world. This disruption can be economic, political, or social. But the result is often the same: division, fear, and conflict. The shaking of the jar makes us question, who benefits from this chaos? Who gains from turning neighbor against neighbor? Understanding this is key to understanding the forces that shape our world. Throughout American history, we've seen this pattern play out time and time again. After the Civil War, white Americans, struggling to rebuild, were fed a lie. They were told that newly freed black Americans were the reason for their hardship. The message was clear. Black Americans were taking their jobs, their opportunities, their place in society. This narrative, fueled by racism and prejudice, created a deep divide. It pitted white Americans against black Americans, igniting a struggle for resources and recognition that continues to this day. This wasn't about jobs, of course. It was about power. Those in power benefited from this division. By keeping these groups at odds, they maintained control, preventing any real challenge to their authority. As decades passed, the scapegoat changed, but the tactic remained the same. Mexican Americans, particularly migrant workers, became the new target. They were accused of stealing jobs, depressing wages, and burdening the system. Then, the focus shifted again, this time to immigrants in general. The narrative was repackaged, but the underlying message remained. They are the problem. They are taking what's rightfully ours. This constant shifting of blame serves a purpose. It prevents us from uniting against the real source of our problems, the systems and structures that benefit from exploiting division and fear. Section 4. The DEI boogeyman, a new target emerges. Today, a new target has emerged: diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI programs. These initiatives, designed to level the playing field, are now being painted as the enemy. They are accused of being unfair, divisive, and even un-American. The irony is palpable. Programs created to address the very inequalities that fuel societal division are now being blamed for that division. It's a classic case of misdirection, a way to distract from the real issues at hand. By demonizing DEI, those in power can continue to benefit from a system that privileges some while disadvantaging others. They can maintain the status quo, all while appearing to address the concerns of those who feel left behind. Section 5. Who's shaking the jar? Unmasking the puppet master. So who is shaking the jar? Who benefits from keeping us divided and at each other's throats? The answer is complex, but it often boils down to those who hold power and influence. Politicians use division as a tool to gain and maintain power. Corporations benefit from a divided workforce, less likely to unite and demand better wages or working conditions. Media outlets profit from sensationalizing conflict, further deepening the divides in our society. These are just a few examples of the forces that benefit from a divided society. By recognizing their influence, we can begin to see through the smoke and mirrors and focus on the real issues at hand. Section 6. Beyond the blame game, a call for unity. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others. It's human nature to seek simple explanations for complex problems. But if we want to create a more just and equitable society, we need to move beyond the blame game. We must recognize that we are all in this together. When one group is oppressed, we are all diminished. When one group thrives, we all benefit. It's time to stop seeing each other as enemies and start working together to build a better future for all. The next time you feel yourself getting angry or resentful about the state of the world, remember the ants in the jar. Ask yourself, who benefits from my anger? Who is shaking the jar, and why? The answers might surprise you. Is